Well, hello again. Look at what we got here. Can you imagine a life so bursting with ecstasy? Unimaginable for most people. But this is where it's happening. Ecstasy is everywhere. Now then, look at what we've got here. We have our available tombstone, which is at the perfect height and dimension for all of the things required for ecstasy. Now, first and foremost, you have your little pot of kratom, then you have the appropriate golden nectar, then you have the perfect crunchy delights to satiate one in any number of ways. Then we have the second coming of Christ alongside the third coming of Christ, alongside the real coming of Christ. Oh my goodness. Let us talk about that, shall we? The third coming of Christ, or should I say, the rising of the Christos. Now, let me just pop my beer, because I've just been filled with ecstasy in the gym. Oh my, oh my feet are in the cool, luxuriant grass. There's angels singing their delightful songs all around me. And I have some great stories to tell as usual. But first off the bat, let me be just a little bit self-indulgent. That's a higher dose than a regular amount, because I want a higher dose of ecstasy in the real Garden of Eden. So those of you who have been keeping up to date with the videos, then you'll see that I'm speaking more and more about the true nature of God, and how logically, reasonably, feasibly, the only God could possibly be ourselves. We are the creator of everything which is in existence as far as the human being is concerned. If it is outside of human perception and conception, it doesn't exist as far as we're concerned, does it? Makes perfect sense. And anything which is going to come into our consciousness has to then be a part of us. Otherwise, how can it? It can't come into our consciousness and not be a part of us, because it is this body that has to perceive and crunch all the nuts and bolts of all stimuli that enter into the body and are fed to the brain. So whether it's frequency, radio waves, or light waves, or sound waves, whether it's vibration, we're touching at the end of our fingertips in all different levels of frequency, which we call soft and hard, and wet, and fluffy, and all those sort of things. It's all frequency. So these frequencies are interpreted by our frequency interpreter, and so therefore there's nothing that can be known outside of our frequency interpretation. And if we have a notion of God, it has to be within our frequency, and it has to be of our creation, because we are creating everything. Now, even if people say, look, you're not creating these trees around you, they just grow. No, we are. That's the thing. That's what people can't get their heads around. It is our human consciousness that makes it possible for them to be in existence. Otherwise, they would not be in existence. If we couldn't feel them, if we couldn't see them, if we couldn't eat them, ingest them, they wouldn't exist, would they? But we can do that. So when we are doing that, that's when we give rise to their creation. We are gods. Everywhere you look at it keeps coming back. We are God, we are God, we are God. People that don't grok this and don't want to understand it are people who are very bereft of a high level of intelligence, human psychology, philosophy and spirituality. They are only deeply rooted and indoctrinated into religion, and so of course they've only had one program. Their motherboard cannot receive this information. It's like running a Windows 95 and having a program sent to it from Windows 11. Can't compute it, you see? So, in this book, for those of you who haven't had the privilege, the pleasure, the delight to commence upon it, then I'll read a few excerpts from it a bit later, not now. I've just this minute come out, so I'm going to settle down in the midst of just pure isness, pure God consciousness, pure centeredness of the cosmos. You see, even when we look at the cosmos, we are the center of the cosmos. When we're growing up, sometimes we get told, you're not the center of the universe, you know. But the irony of it is, we are. And only if I knew this when I was a kid, I would have retorted to whoever leveled that at me, usually teachers, then, well, you know, actually you are wrong. I am the centre of my universe, at the very least. And you are within my universe. You don't have a universe of your own. According to me, you're in mine. So you're my bitch. Yeah, so get used to that. And headmaster and anybody else who think they're having power or autonomy over me, you're in my universe. Because the universe extends exponentially in every single direction at an equal distance outside of me, which is the center. My consciousness is the center of the cosmos. Hello? Who is it? There's a squirrel come to look at me. I'm not sure who it is. Who is it? You know me, don't you? Is that my boy? Hey? Are you my boy? Well, I'll tell you what, it'd be really interesting if it is Prof. Prof, come on then. Come on then. Go see Daddy. Well, it looks like it very well be. Come and see Daddy then. Come on then. You've not seen me here, have you? Wow, it's my boy. You've not seen me sitting here before. You're a little bit worried about it, aren't you? Hey? Come on then. It's Daddy. Go see Daddy. Is it Prof, or I don't think it. No, it's not Prof. Oh look, I've got this for you. You want to try one of these? Hey, you want to come and try some hula hoops, little guy? So because I'm out of context, on the other side of the fence, he's never seen me here before. I don't think that is Prof, but it's one that's very friendly with me. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to throw a few of these down for you, right? There you go then. Here he's coming over to investigate these. I don't know whether you'll find these palatable at all. Let's have a look, shall we? Come on then. Come on then. Want one of these? There they are, then down there. you reckon? Hey? What do you reckon? It's a little bit weird seeing me here, isn't it? Hey? Well, you recognise the voice, I know that. And you recognise the face. And if I'd have been insightful, I could have brought a few nuts. And I have often thought about it, just to put a few in my bag, because sooner or later they're going to get word that this is where I'm hanging out. And they'll come for an acquaintance and a feed. So, well, what are you doing? What are you going to do, huh? What are you doing? Little dude? What's my little dude doing? Hey? What does he want? Come on then. Oh, there's another one coming over there, you see now. Oh, oh my God. Well, you see, I never fed them today. And so, all they are doing throughout the day is listening for my voice. And when they hear my voice, well, that's when they all start bounding through the trees. Now, well, you see that one down there? On that square graveyard thing? I don't know whether you can see it in the camera. Yep. Yeah, he's coming over. I wonder if he's my little boy. Are you my little boy? Are you a prof? Hey? Are you my little boy? What's happening? Hey? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey? Is he my boy? Is he my boy? Is he? He looks like my boy. He does. He certainly looks like him. Well, there's something down here you might want to try. Hey? Something down here you might want to try. But you've not smelled them before. Now then, who is it? Who is it? He's coming right down here. He's going to be right down there. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Well, isn't that just beautiful? To have my little friends around? It certainly is. So, what are you coming to have a look at, hey? What are you coming to have a look at? You can smell something down here. But it's not the usual, is it? Hey? It's not the usual, it's just those. Are they any good? I don't know whether they're any good. You try them. No. They're no good, are they? They're not in your paradigm. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that for me just adds to my ecstasy. You see, when we build a relationship with our natural environment and they gain confidence in us, it's such a wonderful thing that everything's not afraid of us because we're such an abomination of a creature. But when they roll down there, it's just eating grass. He's just pulled out a big juicy root and he's eating the root. So that's something I haven't seen them do before. And because I've not fed them today, then left them to their own devices because of course there's an abundance of food, and I don't want them to to become dependent on me. So, what was I saying? I'm saying that it stands to reason that we're God. It's all in our creation. Look at the Bible, try to make sense out of it. Look at the Quran, try to make sense out of it. All it says is believe, 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 believe. And if you don't believe, ooh, woe betide you if you don't believe. No, I'm not believing in your bullshit. I've got a brain, I've been gifted that by the cosmos, and I'm going to fucking use it. Thank you very much. And when I use it, and I look at your stupid books that don't make any fucking sense, it's kind of like there's only 70% of the information there. There is something you can get in contact with, but it's not a God up in the sky, it's your God, it's your spirit, it's us. We can get in touch with a higher level of human consciousness. That's what we can get in touch with people. And that, you know, is incredible, because within human consciousness, there's so many rooms. Like Jesus said, in my kingdom, there are many rooms. There are many rooms. There are indeed many rooms in human consciousness. Now there's 3. Now there's 3 squirrels here. Oh my God. Who are you? Hey? Who are you? Are you my boy? I don't know which one's my boy. To be fair, you all look the same. You know? You all look the same. Well, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see them, people? 4 squirrels. 1 in the background there. 4 in the forefront. Well, Providence has to be one of them. And it's just great to see them foraging and going about what they do and living this beautiful life that they've got in this realm. That dude running and jumping around all the place like an adolescent. Who's that? Hey, who's that? You my boy? Are you my boy? I think you very well might be. You might be my boy, huh? Well, there's some stuff down here if you want to eat this stuff down here. Oh, he's got a crisp, he's got a crisp. He's got one, there you go. He's got a hula hoop, guys and gals. So, well, they do eat it. So there's a thing. Well, that one must be good because he's gone to hide that. Who wants some more hula hoops? Huh? Of course, if I had the appropriate smelling nuts, well, they'd all be here, they'd all be eating from this table. So I shall have to incorporate that from now on. Always make sure that I got a good handful of these nuts in my bag for this eventuality, because now they know I'm here, and as soon as I start to make a video, they can hear me. They're in the trees all around. It's kind of like they know who that is. So okay, yeah, I mean, we use our minds, we use our consciousness, we use our intuition, and we can reach something. And you know, there's other entities all around in all different sorts of dimensions, and who's to say what is benevolent and what is malevolent? Who's to say what is a god and what is a demon, other than we can feel them? And that's the beauty, you see. And lots of people say that, oh, you never know who you're dealing with because they're deceptive. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. Because whenever I've had negative or positive energies or even neutral energies, I've felt that. You feel whether they're neutral and they're not a threat and they're indifferent to you. You feel whether they are evil. You can really feel tangibly the evilness, and then you can feel the benevolence. And so lots of things people say, they don't know, they just say it, they're just talking shit. But to have a real experienced person convey a certain reality, I think that's what we're all looking for, isn't it? And what I know, on my journey at least, I've met all sorts and I've felt them all. I've never been in any doubt about who they were, never. And so I think that's just fear speaking. Oh, don't go into the astral, don't be having sex with these astral beings, they drain your energy. Sorry, no they don't. I've never had my energy drained by any sexual astral encounters. In actual fact, by any astral encounters, never had an ounce of my energy drained, no. In actual fact, I've come back from those excursions invigorated with more energy. So again, fear and bullshit. Fear and bullshit, people. You see, we've been blessed with a certain intelligence, and it seems it's pretty profound in some people. It's pretty profound, it can be pretty cool, and we've got this ability in some people to rationalize and reason and philosophize and work things out, and weigh things up and quantify and everything. The vast majority of people can't do that. They just have a mental implosion when they've got to, do a little bit of mental arithmetic or something like that, or think philosophically. They can't do it, and so they're just the drones, the husks, the extras in our movies. There's only a few movie stars here in this dimension, people, and I don't know whether you think you're one, but I most certainly, I know I'm one. And there's a whole myriad of extras around me, just fillers. They just fill shit in. Of course they do. Look, they bottle my beer, they produce my beer, they fry my crisps, they bag my crisps, they deliver my crisps, they own and work in shops that sell my crisps, they print my words, and then they make reading aids so I could read them. They do all that for me because I'm evidently a god, and I don't do any of that stuff. Never have done, never will. So it seems some of us have come here for another reason. Some of us are gods. And we have all of these just husks at our disposal, working in warehouse and packing shelves and cashier girls and guys and all that sort of thing. Just extras. There's just a few of us that are real spirited, cosmic gods. So anyway, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to eat at least one of those packets. Then I'm going to find a suitable chapter in the world's first spiritual Bible, the most powerful book that anybody would ever read if they're interested in their own spiritual enlightenment. Oh my God, 245,000 words, just nectar it is, people, nectar, for those who are discerning. You see, this book is also nectar for those who are discerning. People who are not discerning would just like, oh, I read the second coming of Christ, and all that happened is I just come in my pants. I never learned anything. I just come in my pants. Well, that's what it's about, isn't it? Second coming of Christ. Well, no, mate, it doesn't actually mean that. You missed the plot. But I'm glad you enjoyed yourself whilst you were reading it.